And I'm back. So today, I know last time I talked to you guys about FODMaPs and that being a way that I help control a lot of my symptoms. So some of you might not know what FODMaPs are. So I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you because no one really explained it to me and I was like, okay, what's going on? So FODMaPs is like an acronym. It stands for fermentable um, oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. And basically what all that means is different types of sugars for the most part. So let me start by saying this. With any stomach problems, digestive problems, GI problems, everything depends on the person. There's no one answer. All right? So don't go say, hey, this guy said that, if I follow the FODMaPs, I'll be perfect, because it's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is it's a good place to start and it'll help. So basically, anything with sugar in it can cause problems. What happens is, here's what's happening to your body. The sugar is getting broken down in your system. And we have bad bacteria in our bodies. Everybody has them. And they love to munch on sugar. For people with a lot of GI problems, sometimes there's too many bacteria in there. But basically what's happening is when you're not digesting things really well, all the bacteria gets in your system that is in your system is fermenting this stuff. Kind of like it's taking care of it, it's eating it up, it's eating away at it, and it's fermenting what's there. When things ferment, it causes gas. The gas needs to come out of your system when it's in there. And if you're already having problems in your digestive system, and you're already having, either one of the colitis or even any of the other major gastrointestinal problems like Crohn's and such, you want to avoid gas because gas hurts. And for people who are dealing with diarrhea side of things, like I am, or I could say was, it doesn't happen as often anymore, but there's still pain. For people dealing with the diarrhea side of things, guess what? You can't tell if you're about to pass gas or if you're going to actually go to the restroom, and so we end up going to the restroom a lot. And when you go, the gas is pushing things and it's causing your system to kind of start to spasm anyhow, and spasm even more. So when you sit down, you're going to notice that it's like gas, a lot of force, and a lot of stuff coming out. Sometimes a little bit of stuff with a lot of gas. Okay? So you want to keep the gas down. So FODMaPs are a way of helping you out with that. Basically, if you eat things that are on the low FODMaP, which means it won't cause as much gas, you'll have an easier time. If you eat things that are high on the FODMaPs, there's a possibility that you're going to have a very hard time. Now remember, this isn't perfect for everybody. There are some things high on the FODMaP list for people that it doesn't bother anybody. And there are some things low on the FODMaP list that'll bother people. And on top of that, if you're really on the bad end of things, you're just starting your healing, even things on the low FODMaP list is going to cause you some problems, more than likely. As you get stronger and your system gets stronger and you're starting to heal somewhat, it'll be a little bit better. And you'll be able to tolerate some things that are on the lower FODMaP list, and maybe some things that are on the high end of the FODMaP list. I think I even mentioned the BRAT diet. BRAT stands for bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. They're considered like binding foods, or foods that'll help get those things together and not make it so loose all the time. The applesauce part can be troublesome for people who are having issues with apples. And the toast part can be hard for people who can't handle gluten, unless you have gluten-free toast, of course. Little side note, they say that if you burn the toast just a little bit, the black part of the toast can actually help soothe your stomach. So take that as it will. I've never really tried it because I don't like burnt toast. So doing these two things can help. It's the FODMaP diet. You can Google it anywhere and it'll pop up and it'll be a whole list. You don't have to pay for it. I know people are selling it, but you can find it. You can find the FODMaP diet somewhere. And you use the FODMaP thing to help you make your choices of what you're going to eat. And you find out what your body can handle and what your body can't handle. The brat diet is an easy, quick start. And I like to give people that because when I started, I didn't get a whole lot of help in the beginning, and I was terrified, I was scared, I was paranoid, I was getting depressed. But, through just a lot of research and talking to people who have been dealing with this, and you'd be amazed. In one place, I brought up, gastrointestinal problems, and I found out that like 5 other 6 people in that place had those problems as well. So it's not this hidden secret. People know about it. It's just finally now there's a name for it. When we were younger and kids, our parents probably weren't able to get as much help as we could. But there is help out there and information out there. So the quick and dirty of it all, follow the brat diet at first. If you can handle gluten, great. If you can handle applesauce, great. It's a good place to start. That you can trust those things. I would say get into the FODMAP parts of things after you've started with this other piece first. Okay? If you're saying, well, I don't know if I want to go down to just bread, rice, applesauce, bananas, and applesauce and toast. Well, those are things that you can run to, your go-to things. It's always good to have like a go-to meal or a go-to snack. So when you're not planning on what you're going to eat, and you're like, man, I'm really hungry. What can I eat like right now? Oh, there are some bananas. That's safe. Or I can whip up some toast. That's safe. Or I can grab an applesauce for a snack. Or I can definitely have rice as a side. Okay, it's good to have go-to things. Another good tip to beginning is just leave fast food alone. Leave fast food alone. It'll be a great start, a great way to help you out. You make it at home. It's a pain in the ass. Yes, it is. I have never cooked so much in my life, but I've just laid off the fast food, and it helped me out a lot. So that's what I'll tell you today. I normally have these things long and drag out, but that's what I'll say today is, try the FODMAP. That's what FODMAP stands for. The brat diet. That tells you what brat stands for. Lay off the fast food. Don't eat it. Don't go to Taco Bell. Don't go to McDonald's. Don't go to pizza. I know it all looks great, and it's going to look even better. Trust me. I've seen some Taco Bell commercials that have had me salivating. Okay, but just it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Okay. I attempted to sneak something. It wasn't. I thought I was getting by because I went to like a healthy fast food kind of place, and I had a really bad night. And the next day I said to myself, you know what, it just wasn't worth it. So that's what I'll leave you with. The next time I'm on here again and meet you guys, talk about some of the phases and stages of what you might deal with, what you might go through. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put it in the comment section. I will answer your questions. Because we all need help. We all need someone to talk to. We all want to be able to have these discussions. You've got to get used to telling people, if you're going to talk to someone about this, about talking about your bowel movements, you got to get used to describing what your bowel movements look like, what your stomach feels like, what happens, what certain foods do to you. And I know I'm talking about the diarrhea side of things because that's what I've been dealing with, is the running to the bathroom. But I know one other person that deals with the opposite side, which is the constipation and the immense pain that causes too. All right, and I'm also aware that some people alternate between the two. So we all need a sounding board and someone to talk to and some place to go and someone to trust. Because believe you me, when you feel like you've got no one to talk to, this thing can get really rough and it can eat you alive. But don't let it. Because there's like a lot of hope out there. And that's really what I want you to know, is it's not the end of the world. It feels like it right now. I know it does, because it felt like that for me, but it's not the end of the world. It's not going to be the end of the world for me. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do, until I'm 100%. They say you won't be 100%, but I refuse to believe that. I'm going to get as close to 100%. If I can't be 100%, be damn sure I'm going to try to reach 99.99%. If I'm having a bad day, I want to get it down to having maybe, one bad day a month. That would be a great place to be. Okay? And maybe if a bad day every 2 months to a bad day a year. But I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to do what I need to do and continue to need to do to get better. And just remember something else before I go. No matter how you feel, you've got to eat. I know you're not going to want to, but you've got to eat. Okay? Got to eat. We're going to do our best to get better. Comment with me. Let's chat. We'll talk. And I'll see you guys again later. This has been really helpful for me, and I hope it's not boring anybody and it's helping other people, but I just feel so much better being able to get out there and just say something and know that someone might see this and might help them be in a much better place than before they saw. Until next time.